Wednesday morning. First meeting this morning is just a networking marketing meeting that I'll be attending. Second meeting of the day is going to be right after that. Going to sit down and talk with someone that's interested in real estate investing and possibly becoming a real estate agent. Good meeting this morning. Little group was a little bit smaller than normal, but sometimes I kind of like that. More ideas, more dialogue actually taking place because of that. And now I'm on to my next meeting. Just a little Starbucks coffee, sit down, chat about what the real estate industry is really like, how the reality of real estate investing, the reality of being a real estate agent, which is the realities are very different than what you're gonna find in TV shows that you watch on HGTV or what you're gonna read about online. The reality of it is very different than the media portrayal of it. Another one of the reasons, maybe a top 10 reason why I do these videos, actually try to give you a little bit of a reality check on what being a real estate agent is actually like. That was a good productive meeting as far as I'm concerned. Someone was interested in wanting to know a little bit about real estate investing and possibly getting their real estate license. Let me share with you a couple of the main points that I took away from that conversation, and I hope she took away from the conversation. Hey, Morgan. What are you doing? Your feet?
Don't go outside. Don't.
Good job, Morgan. Way to let Pearl know what's up. Pearl, get back inside. Good girl. I'll be right in. I have to grab some stuff from the car, okay?
Okay.
All right. The questions she asked that I thought were pretty good, or the discussion that we basically got into, I break down into two questions that came up. So the first question was about getting started investing in real estate. I want to become an investor. What's the best way to do that? So first, I'm going to link to an article that Catherine wrote about becoming a real estate investor, saying the title of the article is "You Can Be a Real Estate Investor Too." So I'm going to link to that article because that one is really important on just getting started with the basic mindset, the idea of, yes, you can do it, and here's how she did it, here's how we did it. And I think that article that Catherine wrote is how this person found us, so I didn't have to go deep into that. But the first thing I did is I wanted to find out a little bit about her. What's her background? What's her knowledge base? How, what's her relationship with money and real estate and investing? What's her risk tolerance? That type of thing. We got into the conversation that she has a background in rehab, construction, and general contracting. So she has some skill sets on that. So here's the basic idea of what I laid out for her. So in the world of real estate investing, you have the spectrum. And I'd say on the far end, you have the flippers. Now, The flippers are the sexy version of real estate because you get in and you get out really fast, and what makes it sexy is you can make a TV show about it. So you're going to see it on HGTV, and people are going to blog about it and make videos about it because it is short term. So you see a quick fix to it. You get to see, I bought it, I did this, 90 days later, here, look, I have cash. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the buy and hold. Now, this is what Catherine and I do. We buy a property and we hold it. The problem with buy and hold, the reason why people don't look at that as a viable option to get into is that it's not quick. It's not a get rich quick scheme. And you don't see other people doing it, so it doesn't become sexy. Because if you were to do a TV show about Catherine and I doing buy and hold real estate investing, what you're going to see is us looking at a lot of spreadsheets, doing a lot of accounting, shuffling around a lot of paperwork, and then replacing a hot water heater every 10 years or so, and then finally seeing the rewards of our efforts 30 years down the line. So what you have is these short-term flippers that make good television shows, and there's lots of drama because you find things that go wrong quickly along the way instead of waiting for 10 years for the hot water heater to go out. With that being said, there's all sorts of other different weird things that come across, like tax liens or REITs, what are real estate investment trusts. That's basically like a mutual fund or an ETF, something like that. A bunch of different things in between. What I talked to her about, and this is something you don't hear about very often at all, is maybe a midpoint between the short-term flip and the buy and hold is, what if you did a live-in flip? And the reason why you would consider doing a live-in flip is to save on some of the tax burden that you get from your real estate investing. So whether you're doing a short-term flip or the buy and hold, you're going to get hit with taxes. On the buy and hold side, you're getting hit with taxes on your cash flow every single month, every single year. At the end of the year, you're paying taxes on your cash flow. And then when you unload the property, when you sell it, you're going to pay taxes on the gains that you get from that. Same thing on the short-term flip. You buy the property, you do all the updates to it, you sell it, whatever chunk of cash you have, hopefully you have a little bit of profit at the end of that, you're going to pay a tax on that profit. The beautiful thing about a live-in flip is you might be able to avoid paying any taxes on it, which means more money in your pocket. Here's how that works. Now let me cautiously say, before you take any of my advice, go talk to your accountant, your CPA, to get the real lowdown on these tax laws that I'm talking about. Because I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant. What the law basically says is if you've lived in the home for 2 out of the last 5 years, and it's your primary residence, and you sell it, you don't have to pay any taxes on that. Just think about that for a moment. Let's say you buy a home that's a little bit of a fixer-upper, and you do some updates and remodeling to it, and let's say you make $100,000 on it. You live in it for 3-4 years doing that, and so by the updates, the remodels that you've done to it, plus just the appreciation of equity in it, you make $100,000, and you pay no taxes on it. No taxes. What if you made $100,000 at work, at your job, and you didn't have to pay any taxes on your income that you're making at work? The second thing we talked about is, what is the second thing we talked about? She asked me about, do I need to be a real estate agent to be an investor? Should I go get my real estate license? The quick answer to that is no, you do not need to have your real estate license to be an investor. In fact, I would say if you're not looking to be a real estate agent, if you're looking to do something else as your income full-time, you have another business, you have another job, whatever it is, and you're not going to be in real estate full-time, I don't think it's actually worth it. A lot of people think real estate agents are investors, but I'll tell you, personally for Catherine and I, we have a little bit of an issue with trying to be investors, where you send out letters and you say, hey, we can help you sell. Hey, it looks like you're in a financial situation. You're in a little bit of a pickle. Do you want to get rid of your home quickly? And investors typically looking to get a home priced at 10%, 20% below market. They're not just looking to get a deal. They're looking to get a steal. As a licensed real estate broker in the state of Washington, we have a fiduciary duty to our clients. So it would be, in my interpretation of it, it would be against the law for us to send out a letter soliciting someone to contact us so that we can help them get out of whatever financial situation without putting the home on the market, without properly marketing the home to help them get the best deal. Because if we're like, hey, we'll just give you a check right now and you can be out of your home tomorrow, maybe they would like that. Maybe they don't want to stress about their current situation. But as a fiduciary, I just don't think that's the right thing to do. You can get yourself into a little bit of trouble as a licensed agent, as a broker, since you're a fiduciary, but you're also trying to get some steals from home sellers out there in order to make the money work appropriately for you. So in some ways, not having your license, if you want to be a true real estate investor, actually has some benefits because you don't have that fiduciary tag on you now. Those are some thoughts about investing in real estate. I could go on forever with this, but that's not what these videos are for. So we'll leave it at that.